Hey YouTube, coming at you with another Great League Remix team, and this one kind of follows up exactly the opposite of what I said yesterday of like, I was overthinking the Great League meta, so I'm just like, you know what, just go with Pokemon that you know should be strong and you'll be comfortable with. So whenever there is a limited cup, there are two Pokemon that always dominate, Vigoroth and Frostlass. Just anytime you could like ban Pokemon or limit typings or something like that, and Frostlass and Vigoroth are available, they automatically rise up to like the top 20, right? Vigoroth is just generally safe, only weak to counter. Rock Slide gives it amazing coverage now this season, and then Frostlass is just like a kind of like a glass cannon. It's a bit glassier, but just like the Avalanche Shadow Ball like hurts so much. So I first ran it with Poliwrath and did okay, but then there seemed to have been a sort of shift in the meta. I was seeing a lot of like Charjabug, which obviously I put out that team anyways. So Charjabug is very strong, so that resists counter, and then a lot of Skeledirge are coming up as a ghost. So that started resisting everything. I'm like, you have the Scald for Skeledirge, but like between those two, I think there was like one other like ghost or bug or something that came up that resisted, or fairy that came up that resisted counter. So I'm like, maybe double counter is not the way to go. So I ran with Dragonair. So let's look at some of the battles here. And VIGOROTH and Lead, how you play this basically out is you don't need to worry about much. Like even in the bad matchups against like the stuff that resists your counter, Skeledirge I mentioned, and Charjabug, you have the Rock Slide for super effective, right? So just a huge upgrade there with Rock Slide. They go straight Scald. We trade off shields here. Whiscash is like sneaky bulky, and I still think I should be able to take it because they did not get the attack fall on the first one. They get it on the second one though. They try and catch, and not that it's a problem here because this is actually, I like this matchup. Yes, you have to shield up a Brave Bird. You don't need to shield up a Sky Attack, and then the Steel Wing is resisted, right? Because you're water. So you don't need to worry about that. So get the lower attack. So now I have a decision to make. Do I throw out the move or do I just counter down? And at this moment I chose counter down because I felt like the move coming out is probably more valuable than switch. So take this out, and then I'll have to see what's in the back. And if I remember, it is a Gligar. So I should have immediately swapped, but this is actually pretty nice. I now try and catch and then force shields here because these body slams are going to add up, and they do not shield, and that actually hurts them because they need to have shielded that, because body slam spam, man, it adds up. So Skarmory, again, neutralish matchup. These rock sides are obviously, they're neutral, non-stab. So obviously in neutral matchups, if it wasn't a steal, you just go straight body slam is what you'd want to do, but being able to get a rock slide is pretty nice. And now, talk about like Vigoroth is, I don't know if it's Vigoroth is like kind of sneaky bulky or just Skarmory just does not hit hard, because I live that Sky Attack, and now I get a second rock slide off. So I just grabbed a shield and took it down to the res. So that's nice. Unfortunately, I don't have an amazing answer for this. They eventually just instant swap and come here. I'm gonna let this go. My thought process is let this go, take the move. They'll be dry on energy, come in, Shadow Ball, be able to take it out. The problem is that Frostlass is obviously very, very, very weak to the Steel Wing, so those are going to add up real quick. I get the Shadow Ball off, which is huge, right? Took it out, got a shield advantage. Skarmory's low. Skarmory will come back in and chip a bunch though. Plus it has like a move. So now I need to make a decision. What do I do? Like look at those Steel Wings add up here. I decide to shield because I think that I can like farm down and get to a move, which would be valuable in the back end here. And it is, right? So there's your first Avalanche. Maybe I'll get to a second Avalanche before they get to a Powder Snow here. I mean, a Mud Bomb. We CMP, and Frostlass is going to win, is probably one of the higher attack Pokemon in this meta. So it should win CMP the majority of the time. Let me just look up what its attack stats are. 122 attack. Okay, so it's not like the most insane thing, but it's pretty strong. Just to give you a comparison, Poliwrath is 116. Latios is going to be much higher. That's a very, actually it's, oh, that's Latias. Yeah, Latios is 138 attack. Much higher. Very spicy. Apparently it was at the regional too. But again, even though it is a half psychic Pokemon and counters are resisted, you just stay in here and you body slam the crap out of this thing. So yeah, Frostlass will win the majority of like CMPs, which is like pretty nice to have on your team here. So they eventually take me down. That's fine. I'm trying to come farm, and you're gonna see like this thing is loaded with energy. I know this. I didn't actually see the matchup. I just saw a bunch of people posting online about like, oh man, someone used a Shadow Latios in regionals, which is pretty cool, pretty spicy. And there is your Skarmory again. Quagsire. I'm ahead on energy. These mud bombs come quick though, so I think I need to like get ahead on energy and try and take this out. But I think the Scald is not gonna do it. So I think they're gonna be able to like chip me a bunch here. And then the Skarmory comes in, and then I need to get to 2 moves, which I thought I had, but I think I'm 1 Powder Snow short, and they get to a move, if I remember. Yeah, 1 Powder Snow short, and they get to move. So Skeledirge, right? Here it is. And this is where it's just like, okay, I have 2 counter users and an ice. Like, that's not a good scenario to be in. But Rock Slides are super effective. So I would expect a shield here. If they're smart, they just go up to this and throw. That's very smart on their play. Because they're at 2 moves, so I can't really shield because they'll just go back to back. But I live and I get to that Rock Slide. They catch. So nice catch. Let's see if I stay and just go Instant Frostlass. I go Instant Frostlass. They have... Power Whip is going to hurt. It's I think I shield. Yeah. I shield because I know that the Skeledirge is coming in next and it will just incinerate the crap out of me, right? So I'm fine taking 1, shielding 1, getting to 2 moves so that if this Skeledirge does come back in, I've got a Shadow Ball ready for it, right? So that's how I played this mid game out here. Take it out, Skeledirge comes back in, it's going to get Shadow Balled, and they come into Vigoroth, which is okay as well, because I'm going to probably take this out before they get a Body Slam off, and they try to now snipe me. So I guess good attempt, but it's really tough to snipe with an Incinerate. Really tough to stuff with. So I end up getting that off. You'll live 1 Disarming Voice. 1 Disarming Voice to a non-shadow Poliwrath does like, my guess is like 60 to 70%. It'll be in the yellow, not even the red, like comfortably yellow. So they're going to need to get to a 3rd, and they're not going to get to a 3rd before I get to a move. So we'll Scald them here. And then Vigoroth comes back in, unfortunately, to take me out because of Body Slam spam. Vigoroth is good, right? Especially those Body Slams can add up real quick. Lickitung, so good lead here. They're going to need to get out, and there's your Skeledirge. So come in here, thinking that, like, I think I'm going to get outpaced, but I know I can live 1. I know I can live 1 Disarming Voice, and that's even before I potentially lower their attack here. And if they just let it go, that's even a 1-shot, right? So I think I could have taken that in like comfortably all shield scenarios, potentially. Charizard comes in, and again, I don't have an amazing answer for Charizard, and this is where I probably start thinking about like, maybe I need to maybe sub out Poliwrath, because there's like, right, there's our Flyer, so Flyer double resist counter, Bug double resist counter, Poison double resist counter, Ghost double, like, not double resist. When I say double resist, I mean like 2 Pokemon that are resisted based on that counter fast move, or fighting fast move. They eventually give it up to Lickitung, so I'm like, okay, that's a weird play. What I'm going to do is basically bank 2 Body Slams. Come in here, force them to throw Power Whip. My win condition is now Vigoroth, right? So Frostlass is just acting as a sacrifice here. As long as I get this chip damage, I should be in good position to just sweep with Vigoroth. And they let it go, that's fine. I am basically not going to throw because I just do not want, I mean, they threw before, but I just do not want the Charizard to get more energy. because that's sort of like my only potential lose condition. And now I'm at almost 2 rock slides, so I thought that like the bait, even though body slam's probably sufficient with counter, I'm like, I'm basically at 2 rock slides anyways. There's no real reason just to not KO this with ease. So I will take this out here for the win. So Vigoroth like sweep in here. A lot of teams, it's Vigoroth I still think is strong, but there's your poison with Poliwrath in the back. And this is what, maybe this is the one where I'm just like, I was just running into a lot of like things that resist counter. So I put in like Dragonair because it would like neutralize the counter. Just be aware if you put in Dragonair, something like a Carbink in the back is going to kill you. I think Carbink all around is probably going to kill you here. So yeah, Dragonair comes in. And this is probably when I was like, maybe Dragonair, because Dragonair is pretty strong in neutral situations. Yes, it is. I can live 1 with ease. I think they're going to be able to go back to back here. Yeah, for sure they're going to go back to back. They had a ton of energy there. Counter down. Have energy coming out. But if the Toxapex comes back in, it's kind of like not wasted energy because I can ship this a good amount and get another move off potentially before they get to move, which would be pretty big just to take this out and let them go down with some energy here. And then we'll have to hope that it is like a second dragon in the back or something. And it is, but unfortunately that is a very, very tanky dragon and these fast moves are adding up way too much. So I will go down. So out comes my own Dragonair. So I think I got 2 matchups with the Dragonair. I remember winning at least 1. No, I guess I have 1 more here. Shadow Gligar, you can just go straight body slam. The regular Gligar, 2 body slams will not take out, but 2 body slams from a Vigoroth will take out a Shadow Gligar. So if you're in that matchup in either scenario, just be aware that that is how it works. So they have to shield. So I went CMP just to, because I Vigoroth is going to beat CMP over Gligar. Gligar's like kind of more defensive heavy. And I would have got the full farm down there. Little slow on the switch here. But this is, again, comfortable. I wouldn't be surprised if so I shield the Power Whip up, which is fine. But I wouldn't be surprised, I'm throwing right here, just because I know that Scald won't take this out. I would like to come out with an Icy Wind, though. Because you need the Icy Wind for the... I remember double shielding for some reason. It's because I didn't count, obviously. Obviously, you've been around on this channel for a while. You know I don't count. I had no idea what that was. I thought maybe it was a Power Whip, but I probably would live a Power Whip anyways and still get to this Icy Wind. So I'm actually surprised I used that. They let it go, though, which is kind of risky, but kind of not, because they're trying to sweep it as wireless, even though they know that I've got a ice move here. They just maybe thought they can get to the Dark Pulse first before, because Dark Pulse would take me out here. But weak to counter and weak to ice is not a good combo to be in if you're as wireless, which is why, like, I haven't used Guzzlord yet, but, you know, lots of ice and lots of counter users out here. So yeah, this is where I know that just like the Dragon Breath damage is going to add up, and you should outpace 2. You should outpace to the body slams before they get to 2 Icy Winds. So that puts you in a decent situation here. So get the second body slam off. There we go. Keep switch. They are probably going to try and farm a ton on this thing, which is, I think, smart, right? You know, at best I have Aqua Tail, already lowered attack, so aren't doing a bunch. And then giving it up into Skeledirge is an interesting one. Basically allowing me to pick my poison here. Knowing I'll live a Disarming Voice, they can't throw Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball's resisted. Get to the Rock Slide. I think at this point I have to commit to the 2 shield here. If they, not 2 shield, but the shield. But they actually, yeah. I was like, what are these guys doing? They try to farm and then they let it go. Yeah, I really don't understand this play. Now, I don't throw this game. I almost throw it though. They have, so I burn my shield, 100% correct. They have a shield left. My Vigoroth is dry. Powder Snow is doing super effective. Counter does super effective. There's no way I'm getting to 2 avalanches here before they take me out. So this is just basically a fast move damage down. This avalanche let them get 1 turn worth of move and stopped one of my Powder Snows going through. So they would be at 1 less like super effective Powder Snow had I just gone with the fast move damage. I do end up countering them down, but it's just kind of like, that was kind of a dumb play. Charjabug, again, although counters resisted, you don't need to leave this matchup having Rock Slide. So having the Rock Slide allows you to chip a ton. It does like 70 some odd %. Yeah, right? So that's deep. They will outpace you though. Just 2 X's is all it needs. So now the question is, what do I do here? And I think I let this go and just get ahead on Dragonair, right? Because electric is resisted. They're not going to get to a move. So that's just a lot of energy, not taking much fast move damage. Out comes a Poliwrath, right? Which is like fine. We've already seen this matchup when I was like somewhat behind on energy. Now I'm ahead on energy, which makes this even better. The problem is your backline is, I'm hoping it's not a Skarmory. Your backline's pretty weak to Skarmory here with a Dragonair Frostlass, because you can resist the Dragon Breath. You can only throw Aqua Tail. This game is stuttering like crazy for me, which probably allowed them to get a few more moves. I'm going to come in here in case they like, I thought they'd just go straight Scald, but I remember them Icy Winding me, and I was just like, that's such a waste here. The game's still just like going crazy, so it's just tons of frame drops and stuff. How does Avalanche, all you need to take it out? Unfortunately, they did lower my attack. A Shadow Ball, even from like non-lowered, does like 90-ish %. So lower does like 75, 80, which means they will just be able to get up, surf here, and surf me out in the back too. So that's it. Basically, the highlight is like mostly kind of like what I talked about yesterday. Like, use Pokemon you're comfortable with. Frost-type Vigoroth. They're easily strong in most limited metas. I think they're strong here too. Maybe not on the same team. Like, has some weaknesses together, but I think for the most part they cover. Like, Skeledirge is tough. And then like Jellicent would be, no, you resist the Hex and Shadow Ball on your Vigoroth. So maybe that's kind of like an evenish bad matchup for both of you. Surf probably outpaces the Rock Slide though. So yeah, that is it. I did do another team. It's a kind of interesting team, and I went on a 10-game win streak right now. So I finished 10-0 today on Sunday here when I'm filming. I don't know if I'm just going to play with it anymore until I lose, or just like film the video today, because I can just like maybe knock 2 out today so I can go 2 tomorrow. I haven't decided yet, but it's a 10-0 team featuring Kanto Ninetales. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.